Sound check, test mic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Naku, wala akong monitor. Sorry. Pero tuloy ko rin. Good day to all. Tutuloy po natin ang ating pag-review ng Master Plumber board exam. Board exam. Set 7 tayo. 600, 1 to 650. Kalahati ng set 7. And bago tayo magpatuloy, yan, sa mga hindi pa nakakapag-subscribe, please subscribe to BRICE Academy and Consultancy, formerly known as NotSoTekkie. Ito na po yung channel ko. And yung thumbnail, papalitan ko na lang lahat ng cover within this month. No? Yun. Tuloy tayo. 601, the volume n is all the revolution is equal to the generating. Are times the circumference of the circle described by the centroid of the area. This is known as the second proposition of Pappus. The volume of any solid revolution is equal to the generating, maguling tanong, times the circumference of the circle described by the centroid of the area. This is known as second proposition of Pappus. Hindi ko na ulitin yung pagmahaba para tuloy-tuloy. 602. Newton was inspired by an apple. Pappus proposition was inspired by what? Fruits. The answer is apple and lemon. 603. When an ellipse is rotated about its shorter axis, the ellipsoid is oblate. 604. When an ellipse is rotated about its longer axis, the ellipse is prolate. The answer is prolate. 605. When a catenary y is equal to cosine hx is equal to is rotated about its axis of symmetry, generates solid cold. The answer is catenoid. Let's see. Whatever. 606. A solid revolution of a parabola is known as, answer is paraboloid. 607. Tulog na kasi dito. Sorry sa may voice ko. A blank section of a surface of a revolution is the section containing the axis of revolution. The answer is meridian. Meridian is the answer. 608. Infinite series in which successive terms are of the form of constant times integral power of the variable takes the form of a to the 0 plus a to the 1x plus a to the 2 second times x squared to the second times plus a cube times x cube and so on and so forth. The answer is power series. 609. Who invented the symbol? Ba't tawag symbol na ito? For infinity. The answer is John Wallis. Yan, yung y na equal sa baba. Ibang symbol. Yun. Sinag-invented is John Wallis. 610. Calculus was invented by, the answer is Newton and Leibniz. Yun, for the comment, correction, suggestion, yan. You can comment in the comment section. Or pwede din kayong mag-comment dito. No? NotSoTekkie@gmail.com. Pwede rin pala dito. Ay, dalawa na yan. BRICE.Academy. gmail.com. Na pala, no? Ito na lang. Pero yung mga dating sa dating link, ay, ba't yun? Remove link. Yun. Active pa naman yun. Yung NotSoTekkie. So, yung mga previous na video, babasa ko pa siya. Then, FB page. BRICE at _AC. Yan. Pagka na natin. 611. Varignon's theorem is used to determine blank. The answer is location of centroid. 612. In physics, if LF and LB are the latent heat of fusion and evaporation, respectively, which of the following equations apply in determining the amount of energy needed to freeze a liquid? Answer is Q is equal to negative M times LF. In physics, if LF and LB are the latent heat of fusion and evaporation respectively, which of the following equations apply in determining the amount of energy needed to freeze a liquid? The answer is Q is equal to negative M times LF. 613. The equality of being plus physically elongated. Answer is plus TC. 614. When the total kinetic energy of system is the same as before and after collision of two bodies, is called what? The answer is elastic collision. When the total kinetic energy of system is the same as before and after collision of two bodies, it's called elastic collision. In momentum is property related to the object's bulk. The answer is motion and masses. Kala ko lang buwis eh. 616. The amount of heat needed to change the solid to liquid is, answer is latent heat of fusion. 670. The energy stored in a straight elastic material such as spring. The answer is elastic potential energy. 618. A free falling body is a body in rectilinear motion and with constant bulk. The answer is acceleration. 619. According to this law, the force between two charges varies directly as the magnitude of each charge and inversely as the square of the distance between them. The answer is Coulomb's law. centrifugal force. The answer is directly proportional to the square of the tangential velocity. Mas mahaba pa yung sagot sa tanong. Centrifugal force is directly proportional to the square of the tangential velocity. Yun. Okay. Yan. Kung meron kayo mga gustong mag-donate, yan po yung number. 0956-016-2730. GCASH, Paymaya, or COINSPH. No? Yan, 621. Ulit. Ang channel po natin ngayon ay BRICE Academy and Consultancy, formerly NotSoTekkie. No? Yun. The fluid pressure is the same in all directions. This is known as Pascal's principle. 621. 22. The reciprocal of modulus of any fluid is called volume of stream. The reciprocal of modulus of any fluid. The answer is volume of stream. 623. Momentum is a product of mass and the answer is velocity. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. 624. 1 horsepower is equivalent to 746 watts. 1 horsepower is equivalent to 746 watts. 625. What is the latent heat fusion required to turn ice to liquid? The answer is 334 kilojoules kilogram. What is the latent heat fusion required to turn ice into liquid? Answer is 334 kilojoules kilogram. 626. What's the value of the work done for a closed reversible isometric system? The answer is 0. 627. Oh, mga nagre-review, pasensya na kayo, pakipost na lang. Para hindi magtagal, no? Marami pa kasi akong hinahabol. Hanggang set 10 to eh. The sum of the pressure at marami pang iba. Head elevation head and the velocity head remains constant. This is known as Bernoulli's equation. The sum of the pressure head, elevation head, and the velocity head remains constant. This is known as, the answer is Bernoulli's equation. 620. The absolute viscosity is essentially independent of pressure and is primarily dependent on, the answer is temperature. Absolute viscosity is essentially independent of pressure and is primarily dependent on, the answer is temperature. Yun. 629. A leak from faucet comes out in separate drops. Which of the following is the main cause of this phenomenon? The answer is surface tension. 630. 630. It describes the luminous flux incidence per unit area and is expressed in lumens per square meter. Answer is illuminance. Parang may mali sa tanong. Baka it describes to. The luminous flux incidence per unit area and it expressed in lumens per square meter. The answer is illuminance. Yun, sa mga... bago ko pala makalimutan. Ito pala, batiin muna natin yung mga nag-subscribe sa for the last 30 days. And sa mga hindi, mga nakatago, no? Batiin muna natin ito. Yun. CTE, Sacho Salvador, Warren Ibaok, Fred Anthony Vera, Mary Grace Taboclaon, Celine Cunanan, Willie Ramirez Pelayo, Christopher Sonor, Ramit Pere, Arqualdo, Cholo Alexis Donio, Romer Sulveta, Harry Barcelo, Jeffrey De Lima, Randy Samontina, Alexa Comia, and Carlos Andrade. Yun. Sa mga tapos sa mga naka-hide na hindi makita kung nag-subscribe sila. Yun. Thank you very much. Okay, tuloy tayo. 6:31. And two waves of the same frequency, speed, and amplitude traveling in opposite directions are superimposed. Mali pala yan, Gene. Bakit, Gene? The answer is destructive interference always results. And two waves of the same frequency, speed, and amplitude traveling in opposite directions are superimposed. And there is destructive interference are always results. 632, linear momentum in the product of mass and velocity. And this can be expressed also as a function of, the answer is force time or force and time. 632, linear momentum is the product of mass and velocity, and this can be expressed also as a function of force and time. 633, transmission of heat from one place to another by fluid circulation between spots of different is called convection. 634, is the measure of odd randomness. Measure of randomness of the molecules of a substance. Answer is entropy. It's the measure of randomness of the molecules of a substance. Is entropy. 635. The amount of heat needed to raise temperature of 1 pound of the substance 1 degree Fahrenheit. Answer is BTU or British thermal unit. Amount of heat needed to raise the temperature of 1 pound of the substance. That substance 1 degree Fahrenheit is the BTU or British thermal unit. 636. What is the gauge used to measure 0.00121 atmospheric pressure? The answer is mercury manometer. Mercury manometer. What is the gauge used to measure 0.00121 atmospheric pressure? The answer is mercury manometer. Medyo nakaka-relate pa ako dito. Sa iba, hindi na matandaan eh. 637, one of the types of non-material nuclear radiation. The answer is gamma radiation. One of the types of non-material nuclear radiation is gamma radiation. 638. Uy, ang daming sagot ah. Nangyari yan. Malaki pa lang. Uy. Dami na konti muna. For the sake of 638. Yun. Flower pot falls off a ledge of a fifth floor window. As it passes the third floor window, someone accidentally drops a glass of water from the window. Which of the following is true? Uy. Ano ba nga ba sagot dito? A, the flower pot hits the ground at the same time as the glass. B, the The glass hits the ground before the flower pot. C. The flower pot hits the ground and with the higher speed that the glass, and D. The flower pot and the glass hits the ground at the same time. Yun. So, ano nga ba ang sagot? Ito yung sagot. The answer is C. The flower pot hits the ground with a higher speed than the glass. Yun, 6:39. Makikita ba siya? Ano? Kita naman. Tapos na tayo. $6.39. Whenever a net force acts on a body, it produces an acceleration in the direction of the resultant force. An acceleration which is directly proportional to the resultant force and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. This theory is popularly known as, the answer is Newton's second law of motion. Whenever a net force acts on a body, it produces an acceleration in the direction of the resultant force. An acceleration which is directly proportional to the resultant force and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. This theory is popularly known as Newton's second law of motion. Yun, 640. Matapos tayo. Any 2 points along a streamline in an ideal fluid in steady state flow. Sum of pressure, potential energy per unit volume, and the kinetic energy per unit volume has the same value. This concept is known as the answer is Bernoulli's energy theory. Any 2 points along the A3 streamline in ideal fluid in steady state flow. The sum of pressure, the potential energy per unit volume, and the kinetic energy per unit volume has the same value. This concept is known as the Bernoulli's energy theorem. 641. Inelastic collision is a collision in which the total kinetic energy after collision is blank before the collision. The answer is less than. Inelastic collision is a collision in which the total kinetic energy after the collision is less than before the collision. 642. A property by virtue of which body tends to return to its original size of shape after deformation and when the deformation forces have been removed. The answer is elasticity. A property by virtue of which a body tends to return to its original size of shape after deformation and when the deformation forces have been removed. The answer is elasticity. 643. Hindi natin alam kung I believe umaandar naman eh. Viewer. When the two waves of the same frequency, speed, and traveling opposite in the direction superimpose. The answer is destructive interference always result. When the two waves of the same frequency, speed, and the traveling opposite in the opposite direction superimpose. The answer is destructive interference always result. Yung yan, 670, 643, 44. What is the name of a vector that represents the sum of two vectors? The answer is resultant. What's the name of a vector that represents the sum of two vectors? Answer is resultant, 645. Tapos na siya. 645. Tapos na siya. Uy. The standard acceleration due to gravity is? The answer is 32.2 feet per second squared or 9.81 meter per second squared. Pero sa choices, ito yung 32.2 feet per second squared. 645. Saan ba? 645. Hyper 46. Soap floats in water because the answer is the specific gravity of ivory soap is less than that of water. 647. Yun. 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius is placed on a container containing 2,000 cubic meters of water at 0 degrees Celsius. Assuming no heat loss, what will happen? The answer is the volume of ice will not change. 1 gram of ice at 0 is placed on a container containing 2,000 cubic meters of water. Assuming at 0 degrees Celsius, assuming no heat loss, what will happen? The volume of ice will not change. 648. The melting point of ice is? The answer is 273 degrees Kelvin. The melting point of ice is 273 degree Kelvin. 649. The standard meter is defined as blank wavelengths in this vacuum. The orange-red line of the spectrum of krypton 86. Answer is 1,650,700. Originally defined as the product of 1 over 86,400 of the mean solar day and now defined as the duration of 9,192,631,770 periods for a certain state of the cesium 133 atom. The answer is second. Ilan pala yung sagot? Ang haba yung tanong. Originally defined as the fraction of 1 over 86,400 of the mean solar day and now defined as the duration of 9,192,631,770 periods of the of a certain state of the cesium 133 atom. Answer is second. Yun. Thank you very much mga nanonood. Hanggang dyan ang ating session. See you next time. Ano ba? Mga hindi pa po nakaka-subscribe, please subscribe to this channel, BRICE Academy and Consultancy, formerly NotSoTekkie. Within this month, ipopromote ko yan, then yung transition, then by the May, ito na. Comment, suggestion, and correction, please comment in this video or anywhere in the video kung may napansin kayo sa mga live video, recorded video, sa lahat na. And yan, pwede na kayo mag-email, brice.academy.consultancy@gmail.com or FB page @brice_AC. Good day, thank you very much, and hopefully makapasa po kayo at makatulong sa inyong pagre-review. And hopefully makapasa game license Master Plumber in near future. Thank you very much and good day.